Chapter 73. Proof. When the Lord had hardly finished speaking, Zuriel was already standing radiantly among the small seated group in the temple, bowed to the ground before the Lord, and then said to the Lord, "O Lord, you great God, you most loving, Holy Father and Almighty Creator of all spirits and people, from the old spirits of your primordial heavens, which existed forever, just like you have existed forever, above all the heavens of heavens, in the everlasting, inaccessible sanctuary of your light. You have most graciously called upon me out of your endless fatherly gentleness. Then let also your holy love make known to me what sweet work lies ahead of me to accomplish." And the Lord said, "Zuriel, I know your old loyalty. So see, here by my side is Lamech, whom you know, so that he can become a full brother to you. Resolve for him the spiritual part of his question, so that he can discover whether the perfect life in the purest spirit is also capable of pain or not. Behold, that's the reason why I called you, and thus demonstrate to this brother according to the way of the spirits. Amen." The Lord had hardly finished speaking when Zuriel already stretched out his hand, put it on Lamech's chest, and said to him, "Brother, according to the most holy will of the Lord, for a short time, step out of your rotten dwelling and experience alive how it is that your hard faith makes you believe." And as soon as Lamech heard these words, his body dropped backwards like a dying man, but his spirit was standing shining white before Zuriel. And Zuriel at once took his hand and squeezed it firmly. But Lamech cried out loud in the spirit, and in his strong outcry said, "But for the Lord's sake, what are you doing to me? You crush my hand and cause me a really terrible pain." Then Zuriel let go of Lamech's hand, and then said to him, "Brother, you are now in the Spirit. For behold, your dwelling rests fainted on the steps of the altar. But how could you cry out in pain when you earlier asserted that the pure spirit is incapable of pain?" And Lamech replied to Zuriel, "Oh, brother, you are a tough teacher. Even if experience is the best teacher, I surely would have comprehended it also in a somewhat more gentle manner than one is indescribably more sensitive in the spirit than in the body. No, for this lecture I could be kindly thankful for all future, for my hand still burns as if I would be holding it in melted ore. O Lord, take away the pain lest I despair." Zuriel breathed on Lamech's hand, and his pain was gone, and he was completely consciously back in his body. The Lord then asked Lamech what he now thought of the spirit's ability to feel pain. And Lamech said, O Lord, just the opposite of my previous opinion. And the Lord said, That's all we need. If the ability to feel belongs to life, it indeed needs to be most intense where life is united in its primordial fullness. By the way, the expression an unfeeling spirit would be the biggest contradiction. But let us leave it to Zuriel to tell us more about it. That is why he is here. And so you can speak, Zuriel. Amen.